Alright, boys and girls, we are back with the fourth episode of our Ottoman Empire playthrough, the Sublime Ottoman States. Um, yes, so last episode we sent our volunteers to Jabal Shamar and Eastern Turkestan. Jabal Shamar because I don't really believe that the Saudis will stick to the Caliphate and that they'll be loyal, but on the other hand, Jabal Shamar has to has no other option than staying loyal. So I help Jabal Shamar, and of course I have to rescue my Turkic friends from the Chinese oppression. By the way, that's really bad what they're doing in Eastern Turkestan present day. So don't want to make jokes about it. Let's get running. So, poll committee publishes report. Headed by Sir Felix Pole, former chairman of Great Britain's Western Railway, the Pole Committee was tasked last year with investigating possible infrastructural expansion in the MOG, Mutasarrifat of Jerusalem, and solve the ever-increasing financial trouble of the Palestinian railways. Also tasked with improving the local stations and routes between Jerusalem, Jaffa, and Tel Aviv. The committee has now reported that substantial financial investment will be necessary to solve both congestion issues and the connection to the Ottoman Haifa. It suggests the construction of a direct line from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem through Rishon LeZion to a junction with the Jerusalem line at the Niana. Furthermore, the report also criticizes the lack of investment in the port of Jaffa, which, due to its hazardous rocks from a perilous trip for any ocean-going vessel. Furthermore, the report also criticizes the lack of investment in the port of Jaffa, which, due to its hazardous rocks, form a perilous trip for any ocean-going vessel. Therefore, he has requested a complete rebuilding of the harbour and extension of the railroad from Jaffa Station into the new harbour zone. Palestine would be better to realign itself with the port. Or, most interesting, of course, realign yourself with the port. Go on then. Okay, I don't have enough command power. Well, nothing's happening, so I'm speeding up to 4. I have to keep both in my eyes. Alright, conspiracy against the Grand Vizier. A rebanded Ali Emniyet Hizmeti is already proving its value, as the complete reform of the institution has seen many of its more unsavory members removed from their function. Angered by their dismissal, rumors have started to surface of an organization called the Karakol Society, with amongst its notable members men like Karakemal, even though for now it seems unlikely that their clique is anything apart from a group of people with a shared grudge against the Grand Vizier and his government. They could potentially prove to be an issue further down the line. Karakol Society means as much, so Karakol means police station or army station, so if it's used for police, a Karakol is a police station, and if it's used to describe something for the army, it is a security post. So a security post on the battlefield is also called Karakol. but then you say ileri karakol. Alright, so. An interesting proposal has also come from the head of the new Milli Emniyet Hizmeti to use the organization of the benefit of the party by keeping constant pressure on its members and their associates. He hopes to have them lash out prematurely and such as be easy prey for his agents. Furthermore, an idea was also crucial to use to the organization to fabricate a domestic crisis, and such granted opportunity to the Grand Vizier to consolidate his authority over the administration. Flush rats out, or keep tabs on them but refrain from intervening. Flush the rats out. Alright. Move, mate. Conflict in Suleymaniye. Oh, mate. The province of Suleymaniye has always been a point of trouble for the Walis of Mesopotamia, inhabited by a strong Kurdish majority. Many of their sheikhs and Ars refused to implement the new reforms and concede authority to Constantinople, and instead hold on strongly to tribal allegiances and Kurdish tradition. So an Aga is that's a ruler, that's basically a tribal chief. Turkoman expansion towards eastern Mesopotamia, the Assyrian exodus, and the discovery of oil near Mosul and Kirkuk has upset the delicate balance of the region, with various groups attempting to take control over the territory inside of Kurdistan. Great rivalry and also rules, as the various tribes are involved in near constant state of internal conflict based on family, language, and sectarian lines, as the Ottoman state has no desire to let one Kurdish group get stronger than others, or let them find a common ground besides the Padishah. This struggle is often encouraged by authorities in Mosul to determine of both the Kurds themselves, the remaining Assyrians, and the Turkomans, who are often victim of Kurdish offensives. Offensives. Oh my god. The division keeps them docile. Wunderbar. Alright. So. Let's see. Jack Reed, President of the USA. This is really a stalemate, isn't it? Let me see whether I can cut through here. But first, our... Oh my god, do I have... No. So I can do either the 4-year progress or the Ottoman army, but by now I should slowly but surely start with the army, I'd say. The Ottoman army is the heart of the Turkish nation. We must seek to strengthen and support it against our numerous enemies, for the survival of the state depends on the ever-triumphant horde. Go on then. Assassination attempt thwarted. Oh my god. Who wants to assassinate me? Don't do that. Whispers of a possible plot on the Grand Vizier have started surfacing not so long, but a breakthrough occurred in the case late last night, when one of the conspirators, a refugee from the Greek islands of Crete, got cold feet the day before the Grand Vizier was to arrive in Izmir, informing the police of a possible attack on the Grand Vizier. The Wali of Izmir and close friend of Mustafa Kemal, General Kazım Pasha, quickly shot into action and arrested 5 of the conspirators in their hotel room. Handguns, grenades, and even a scimitar were found in the room, and all 5 were promptly detained. Shocked by the attempt on his life, and by extension, so he says, the Ottoman state, Mustafa Kemal has already ordered the arrest of dozens of possible co-conspirators, both high and low in the bureaucracy, and including multiple generals, conveniently not those that support him. Without the executive powers to keep them detained, however, and with no way to target parliamentarians, protected by the constitution from persecution, a special think tank within the OHF has been tasked with quickly figuring out a way to try all those who are associated with the plot and grant the powers to the office of Grand Vizier necessary to mop up the remaining conspirators. Round up the conspirators. Yalla. More to read. Maintenance of public order as a solution to the immunity of sitting representatives and to grant the executive powers necessary to thoroughly remove all possible opposition to the Grand Vizier, the maintenance of public order law was passed in Parliament earlier today, granting the Grand Vizier nigh unlimited power and complete sidelining Parliament for as long as the nation remains in crisis, dedicated by the Grand Vizier. An opportunity has presented itself to the OHF to effectively eradicate all remaining opposition to their designs. Many desperados, veterans and former members of the CUP have already disappeared off the grid in fear of getting dragged into complicity of concerning the plot, whilst others have already taken the coward's way out. Khalid Bey, one of those individuals, has reported shot himself after gendarmerie broke down the doors of his home, whilst others, such as Kara Kemal, have left the capital in a hurry to escape arrest. Members of the HIF was Hürriyet ve İtilaf Fırkası. That's the Liberal Entente. Aren't spared either, as a wave of arrests targeting them for possible complicity, even though none of them seem to have any solid connection to the plot, is shaking up the capital. Newspapers not following the party line are shut down, military training exercises cancelled, officers temporarily put on leave, and the residents of the Grand Vizier put under close guard 24/7 as paranoia, or as some see it, political opportunism takes a hold of the nation. None shall escape the law. Base stability minus 15%. Yeah. Gets event tribunals of progress opened. Ottoman Empire completes focus past the maintenance of order law. None shall escape the law. Wunderbar. Right. I'm kinda nervous here in Jabal Shamar. I don't want the stormate. Oh, come on! Tribunals of Progress opened. Dubbed the Tribunals of Progress through the special emergency measures, a number of tribunals have been set up in Constantinople, Izmir, and Bursa to persecute all those possible involved in the recent plot on the Grand Vizier's life, chaired by Bald Ali, from a lieutenant colonel in the Ottoman army and from a CUP member himself. The list of men associated with the conspiracy keeps growing by the day as the megalomania and paranoia of the Grand Vizier has reached such levels that a number of his close friends and associates, such as Prince Osman Fuad, Ismet Pasha, Ali Fuad Pasha, and even Chief of Staff Fevzi Çakmak, have tried calling the man to reason. I don't know why they call him Fevzi Çakmak, because Çakmak is his surname, and the surnames were introduced in the Turkish Republic, so by now they shouldn't have surnames, so this should be Fevzi Pasha, not Fevzi Çakmak. Anyways, tried with a combination of charges ranging from complicity in the assassination, treason to the state, abandonment of duty, and more and more it seems likely that their trials will be solely used as a political play to silence the opposition than to push those responsible for the plot against the Pasha. Most disturbing. No, it isn't. 5%. Base stability, Tribunals of Progress, Military Command, Ottoman Empire completes focus, Tribunals of Progress. Wunderbar. Go on. Well, yeah, I'm getting kind of nervous here. Let's quickly get a new focus. I might want to get... Shall I get those? No, I'll get transport ships because I'll need them later. Before I forget it. So, yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we are like 3. Oh, come on! Tribunals of Progress, Military Command. Although evidence of complicity is scarce for almost all of those brought before the judge, there remains a certain truth to the charges that many of them harbor sentiment to see the Pasha encounter an early demise. Come on, I'll read this from the start. Although evidence of complicity is scarce for almost all of those brought before the judge, there remains a certain truth to the charge that many of them harbor sentiments to see the Pasha encounter an early demise either out of opposition to the OHF, abandonment during the closing stages of the Weltkrieg, or because of close association with the Frommer Cup. Only 7 men on the list, however, were able to be caught by the gendarmerie, as many others departed the country shortly after the failed attempt, or have gone into hiding in the vast hinterlands of eastern Anatolia. Unfortunately, the tribunal Unfortunately for the tribunal, this also means that those who were picked up by the gendarmerie carry the least guilt, and although some links to a backroom meeting almost 5 years ago were found in the content of said meeting, and whether or not this could be associated with the attempt seems muddy at best. That was really terrible how I read this out, but well, you can stop it and read it yourself. So, persecute only those with solid evidence, or they're all guilty. Of course they're all guilty. So, oh yeah, by the way, I have my ships exercising. Probably I should stop. Well, not yet. Oh, for God's sake. Sorry. Tribunals of Progress, Opposition Leadership. Dubbed the Black Band, or Karacheta, a wordplay on the secret organization called the Karakol Society, Bald Ali has dragged onto the stage many of the powerful figures still remaining of the Cup and its successor parties, often with close ties to the Liberal Entente. Benefiting from the occasion, however, the Ali has proposed to target a variety of key members in the HIF, leadership whose connection to any sort of plot is hard to prove, but who could possibly have accidentally cursed the name of the Pasha in the open. Within the OHF itself, however, it becomes increasingly clear that that overstepping the boundaries of justice to boost political goals may lead to split, as various modern moderate representatives have started to form a clique around the close friend of Kemal, Ali Fuad Pasha. That was terribly read as well. I did not even understand myself what I read there. I concentrated on something else. It's very okay. Well, prosecute only those with solid evidence, or they are all guilty. Well, I have to say though, one has to know the OHF, or it is today's CHP, Republican People's Party. They are really that is the cup. So the cup split into various groups, and the most powerful group formed the Republican People's Party, or in Kaiserreich timeline, the Ottoman People's Party. So they're all guilty. Don't care. So this I don't understand. Honestly, like, why does he abandon the province? No. Tribunal of Progress bureaucracy, even though the CUP and later the OHF was able to infiltrate all ranks of Ottoman bureaucracy, many of the higher posts remain inhabited by close associates of the Sultan. HIF appointed candidates or disloyal CUP members who distanced themselves from its successor party. Now that it seems clear that Kemal is steadily marching towards the establishment of a dictatorship with himself at the helm, an opportunity has presented itself to persecute these people and replace them with men loyal to the Pasha, both a massive undertaking and one sure to risk the ire of both the Sultan and the Ottoman Parliament. It may be wiser, however, not to act rashly and wait until the party is entrenched in a stronger way. Okay, persecute only those with solid evidence. We won't get too harsh on them. Alright. Okay. Like, use the train, mate. Oh god, there is this stupid bug that if I don't have a front line, that it does not move. You see, now it moves. Just move, mate, move. Okay, how you doing here? Integralist victory in Brazil, don't care about that. Alright, so let's see. Select. Well, they're almost done. Upgrade ship. Improve ship design. Well, should I do that? Select, let's see. Well, he's almost done. Oh, well, see, this I forgot, so I forgot to put him on the trials. Ban of political parties. Using his new executive powers, the Grand Vizier has earlier today announced a temporary ban on all political parties, bar his own, until the domestic crisis is solved, pointing out that that a wide variety of unscrupulous individuals were able to escape justice, and the state needs strong cohesion in these difficult times. The Pasha has ordered the closure of both the HIF and all smaller regional parties until further notice. Opposition to this move has already spread through the entire nation, as protests in Beirut and Izmir against the tyranny of the Grand Vizier have been called, and the newspapers of the capital run far above capacity now that they still can present their opinions without persecution. What will the future bring? Oh, just a second. Unrest will increase. Ottoman Empire completes focus in single-party dictatorship. Alright, yeah. Wunderbar. So, go, mate. Train. I need you trained, because I need you. Oh, wow. What happened? I think that's because of their trials. Sea trials, right? Okay, how long does it take to upgrade you? Like 16 days. Alright, I'll do that. trade ship. The Empire celebrates Eid al-Fitr. I will not read this. Just pause it and read it yourself. Okay, I read it. Oh my. Today is the first day of the Ramazan Bayram, or the festival of breaking the feast. After fasting for a month during the Ramadan, all of Islam is celebrating this joyous occasion. In most households, the men attend morning prayers at the mosque. Then they come to find a lavish breakfast prepared. It is also customary to eat either dates or some sweets before attending the prayers. For many households, this is the first breakfast served after sunrise in the last 30 days. The younger people in the household, sons, daughters, grandchildren, traditionally kiss the hand of the elders as the elders present them with a gift. The gifts are usually money or gold coins wrapped in handkerchiefs. That's true. Oh, that were the days back then. Oh, well. The 3 days of celebration are organized in a hierarchical manner. The first day is reserved for family members. It is tradition for the younger ones to visit and pay respect to the elders. Then more distant family and neighbors must be visited. This time for hugs and kisses. It is also a time for broken hearts to be mended. If there are people who have had an argument, Eid is considered a time to make peace. Another famous part of the festival includes the sweet taste of Turkish delight. These treats are offered to guests who visit, as well as to neighborhood children who run from door to door expecting candy or cash. In addition, Ramadan's famous drummers visits neighborhoods in the morning. It is customary for the residents of the street to tip the drummer for his service throughout the month. So what would happen is there is a drummer who goes out in the night to wake you up. All right, so the drummer goes through the streets in the morning to wake up the people so they can eat, that they can have a breakfast before the sun goes up, before the fasting starts. So basically the drummer is at your service. Well, Eid Mubarak. Alright, so Bayan class or Moltke class. This is much more expensive, so this must be better. Don't have this. Of course we mount another heavy battery. Do you think? I ain't stupid, mate. Engine 2. Oh my god, this will be so expensive that I won't be able to anti-air. Armored cruiser. This is install module. Okay, it is cruiser armor. So we didn't have this. Alright. Good. Save. And well, this is expensive. Anyways, we do it. I beg your pardon. The ship will return to a nearly available locked there until the process with the maximum doses. This will take up to 1,498 days. I beg your pardon. No. Let's see if I do this. No. Well, this is so ridiculous. Like, why should I do that? Like, for 649 days. Like, this is really ridiculous. Like, for God's sake, do a maximum of like a year, but 650 days, no. I can build a new bloody ship in that time. I mean, on the other hand side, I could really modernize them, couldn't I? Design. Well, that is different, isn't it? Bayern class. Anyways, no, we're not gonna do that because I mean, it would be perfect if I would need the fleet, but I need it. So, yeah, just a second. Guys, let's call the session here. Oh no, let's select the next focus, and then we end this. Um, no, let's end it now. So we'll choose between army, economy, more politics, and inner politics. So thank you for watching, guys. This was the fourth episode of our playthrough Ottoman Empire, and I see you in episode 5. Cheers.